Hey, good evening, guys.
So we're on. So let's not talk about my eye. You're going to gross everybody out.
Hey, Joe, and by the way, congratulations on getting that gig with GMT. Yeah,
Thanks.
did you go running after them, or so it's because you had that gig with Luke, right?
Well, actually, it goes before that. Actually, I had written an article for GMT Insight when the original method came out, and a lot of people liked the method, and eventually I changed the method in 2017 and to its current version.
Yeah, I remember when you were doing it. You were calling me up, check this out, check that out.
Yeah, thing is, the old method, you would nominate a card between 5 and then roll a die, and it was that card or some other card that got played. And I remember somebody called me or sent me an email, said, Joe, I love your system. I said, I've been playing Paths of Glory, and the Russians took Berlin in turn 2. And I'm going, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. So,
wow, what a walk in the park.
So with the original method, I got a lot of input, and people were telling, have a lot of fun and get all these crazy results, of course, because the player would choose an option, but the die roll chose the card that we finally played, and many times it wasn't even relevant to what was happening. So that's how I changed it to the current version, where you roll a die, and the die reduces your card options to 2, 3, and in very limited occasions 4, and you choose between those 2, 3, or 4 cards, and that works a lot better because the player's going to choose something that makes sense on the board. So.
Joe, with this system that GMT picked up, can I talk about this?
Yeah, it's public. It's
okay. Is this exclusive to GMT? Are there other companies maybe able to get this?
It's as GMT states in its website, it's a licensing to GMT, and GMT has their staff. If you saw the latest update, they have a solo. They've come up with a section within GMT that is going to dedicate themselves resources to solo gaming, so the bots and solo provisions. And that makes sense because most of us play our game solitaire.
Yeah, that's right. But I think it's great that GMT picked it up because it's a licensing deal, because whatever games GMT doesn't have, another company has, and maybe it fits in. I mean, it's a win-win situation, I think, for everybody, man.
Yeah, I think, CDGs are here to stay. They're as normal or mainstream in wargaming as hex and counter games. That it used to be a time that people in the 70s didn't like cards in war games. It didn't have hexes and counters. They would go, I'm not going to play that. Nowadays, obviously, war gamers are more open-minded, and there's so many kinds of war games mechanically. And you see CDGs coming out on all topics: tactical, operational, strategic. So they're here to stay. And GMT obviously has, I think they have the most published CDGs, and the highest their highest selling game is a CDG, which is Twilight Struggle.
And are there any? I know what are the 6 games that they have in this version right now?
It's Washington's War.
We the People.
No, For the People.
For the People.
And then there's Paths of Glory, Illusions of Glory, and the new game by Mark Simonich, Caesar, Rome versus.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And the other one was.
And the missing one. Oh, yeah. Commands and Colors Ancients.
Man, that's Command and Colors. That just opened up a billion. What color will your Lamborghini? What color you want your Lamborghini, man?
The thing is, when you think about Commands and Colors, you don't think about card driven. You think about a block game.
Yeah.
but it's a card-driven game. Leave the cards at home one day and see if you can play that thing. So it's a card-driven game, and so right there, there's a lot in that system, and then I'm sure that they'll be working on Commands and Colors Napoleonics. So
oh man, I hope
matter
so.
of time.
I hope so. I think, like I said, this is a win-win situation. It's fantastic. It opens up everything, and I'm sure Combat Commander.
Yeah, I know you were going to ask me that.
Yeah. What do you think? You think they could do it?
Well, okay, this is the, as Joe Biden said, this is the thing. This is the deal. Okay, in Combat Commander, it's a card-driven game, right? But, and this is a big but, you have reaction in terms of opportunity fire, which is typical in any tactical modern combat game, right? So the thing is how to model that. Do you want to do it randomly, or do you want to give the player a decision? So I haven't ventured in detail as to how that can be done. I'm not saying it cannot. Sure that there could be a way of dealing with that mechanic depending on the range and the firepower of the attack, I suppose. But I haven't seriously gotten into developing a mechanic to model the opportunity fire when playing solo.
I didn't see the update to the GMT website concerning your method, your solo method. Is Steve Kahn? Is it Ken Kahn or
Ken
Steve
Kahn? Yes.
Is he still the developer?
He's a co-designer and developer, because what's going to happen is that they're going to produce the rules, the play sheets, and even the die in a professional manner, of course. And you can buy that first kit, or they're gonna, because this is a community thing, right? This came out of the wargaming community.
That's right.
They're gonna also provide the materials, I guess the printed materials, free for download in their website. But if you want to get it like really nice, professionally, like GMT does, that they produce really nice components, well, you ordered the kit, and this first kit is for those first 6 games, and I understand they're going to do more kits for more games. And I mean, GMT has a lot of.
No, it's great. Joe, I'm excited about that. That GMT kicked this up, man. And another question concerning the method. Do they have the right to mess around with your method to, I don't know, like Combat Commander? Do they have
Well, I wouldn't say mess around. I would say to adjust them and modify it.
Yes.
As they deem necessary to fit a particular game. Because if you know that even no CDGs are all the same. If you look at a Mark Herman CDG compared to a Ted Racer CDG, they're very different. Mark Herman CDGs, I believe most of them used the same deck of cards as used for both players.
So you gave them the right to modify your system?
Yes, for their games, to adjust it to their games, of course.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic, Joel. It's party time, man.
The best thing about the CDG solo method, you know what it is? That you know how many people you have to convince to play it that way? Just one. Yourself, because I mean,
was that a marketing strategy?
No, but the thing is, war game designers will tell you. I've spoken with some of them that they play games and they like to tinker with their games. And that by tinkering with games, they come up with new games.
Yep.
And for me, it was by tinkering with the Upfront. Remember Upfront?
Yeah, you sent me a copy, Joe.
Yeah, I sent you the Upfront, but there's a module called Banzai.
Banzai.
That has the Japanese and the Brit, adds the Japanese and the British. And this is, for those of you who don't know, Upfront is a World War II tactical card game. It's all cards. The terrain is cards. The soldiers are cards. The vehicles are cards. The actions are cards. are cards. And so it's a card-driven game. I mean, all card games are card-driven by definition.
Yep.
So, and it had a really nice, I mean, the solo game wasn't as good as the face-to-face game, of course, but it was very playable because you could fire while playing the Germans, and then that allowed you to flip the face-down cards of the Americans to see if they had a concealment card, which would decrease the firepower of the attack.
And that mechanic is not in the original Upfront?
No, because the original Upfront didn't bring any solitaire provisions. That in the GameMet, they bring that in the module.
Okay.
So I remember, you know, when I was playing CDGs, and I've done videos of CDGs, and I'm going, man, it's a real pain to play these games with all cards face up. I mean, when you play them opposed, they're really exciting. A lot of surprises, you know, the nail biters. There's no dead time because you play a card, I play a card. Oh, he played this card. But when you play them face up, it's such a totally opposite experience. It really is. That's what drove me to think, is there a way, you know, that you can play these card games, because it's a card-driven game, you know, in a more interesting way? And I remembered playing the Upfront Banzai Solitaire module, and I remembered one thing. Remember, there were some cards face down and some cards face up, and I said, well, maybe that's the way of going, you know, like, because if you and I play Paths of Glory, you know all your cards, and I know all my cards. So I know 50% of the cards, and you know 50%, which is your cards. So I said, well, that's the mark I have to get to, the 50%, right? But I can't achieve it in the same way. So I had to achieve it another way. And that was by, when I play a side, I don't have the ability to play every card that is in front of me. So there's going to be a random element that determines which cards in that action round I can play. There can be cards face up, but I roll the die and that card doesn't come up, I can't play it. So it's like if the card weren't there for that turn, you see? And at the same time, if I look across, and I'm playing the Central Powers in Paths of Glory, I look across, I'm going to see on the other side of the 5 cards in the display, I'm going to see only 2 face up from the British. So I know they have those 2 cards, but the same holds for them. When I go and play them, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to play those 2 face up cards. So there you have that uncertainty coming back and forth. And it's okay to look to the other side's hand. And some people want to rationalize it like, hey, but that's not realistic. Well, you can say that reflects the intelligence gathered by your spies, and you know, they have that major operation card, but they may not be able to play it. So,
and you know what, Joe, I've never played Upfront. Does it create a great narrative?
Oh, incredible! Yeah. Yeah, I think Upfront is more realistic than Squad Leader, and all the ASL guys are going to kill me, but sorry, guys.
You're dead already.
I think that in ASL you control too many things. You know, it's Upfront is more chaotic than ASL.
And so your CDG method should fare well with that, right?
I hope so.
And it's funny because all these old games, you know, Constant World is reprinting a lot of them. They're on a tear of reprinting all these old games. I think Stalingrad is one of the first ones.
But which Stalingrad? Because there's so many games.
The old, one of the first ones by.
I know Compass has come with their designer signature edition games.
That one there.
They took Fortress Europa. I think they're doing the Russian campaign.
Stalingrad, the old Avalon Hill. I think
yeah, Stalingrad.
No,
I hope they don't come up with that one. No, the thing is, the first Avalon Hill games had the same exact combat result table for Waterloo than Stalingrad, and I don't think people are up for that anymore. I mean, that was great at the time, but
yeah, I understand. But it's because we're hanging around. This is like we're having a pub. Trevor Just. This guy kills me, I swear. Can you read that?
The warehouse, yeah, I hope to go to the warehouse one day. Yes. Well.
Oh man.
I can't drive from Puerto Rico though, but it's to the warehouse. But it's yeah. I mean, I've been going to Phoenix for the Consim World Expos, and yes, I'm looking forward one day going over there to Hanford, California, and GMT. Sure.
Are you going to go back to Consim? Let's say this COVID stuff, it's over. Are you going
I
back?
hope so. Sure.
You're going to do it?
If it's over, but I don't want to play with a mask.
Nah.
That destroys the whole experience.
Kyle, Joe, do I have to read it to you, or you're cool?
No, I can see it here. Yeah. I love the cards and CDGs. I mean, that's the great thing about the cards is that they distill a lot of information that otherwise you would have to read 10 more pages of rules. And the thing about CDGs is if you don't learn the cards, you're going to suck playing that CDG because your opponent knows every card that can come across, and you're just learning. Oh, look, I can attack here now. Oh, well, that would have been good 2 turns ago. So you have to play the game to learn the cards. There's no other way. So the whole point of the CDG solo method is not to replicate the face-to-face experience, because I don't think that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Not even with the bots, you know. Don't say it loud. Not even with the bots. You know, one thing about the bots, they're very clever, but you can see all the bots' cards, right?
No, everybody's going to agree with you for sure.
No, but the thing is that the CDG solo method cannot replicate the face-to-face game. But, and this is a big but, I think it makes for a very interesting, entertaining game with a lot of surprises and uncertainty. And I think that's the same reason why people like CDGs, because you don't know what your opponent is going to do next. Well, here you don't know what you're going to do next, really, because you don't know what the die is going to come out, how it's going to come out. So if you accept all those premises with the CDG solo method, I would invite you people to give it a try.
Well, here, you know, Stigler, I call him the what do I call him? My God, the grammar police or something. I forget. Anyways, this guy, he's gonna come in. He's gonna throw a wrench in something.
Oh, no. Let me address what Stigler is saying. I know what he's saying. That some of these games, the way they are designed, lend themselves to, you know, little tricks. That this card after this other card. That's, I mean, in CDGs, sequencing of your cards is essential, and you have to know also how to get rid of the lower valued cards. Otherwise, they're going to come back in the middle and the late part of the game to fill your hand when you don't need them. Now, let me tell you one thing. You know, in some games, in CDGs, they have cards where you unleash a sandstorm or unleash a natural event or a plague. And I've heard people criticizing, you know, the game gives you too many godlike powers, because in face-to-face CDGs, there's 100% certainty that you will be able to play that card. There's nothing that's going to stop you. I mean, you can play it, and strategically or tactically, it's absurd to play it at that time, but there's nothing that's going to hold you from playing any card. So you can come in a godlike fashion, unleash the storm, right? Now, the method, you got to roll the die. The storm card can be face up, but if its space doesn't come up, you can't play it. So in a sense, some people may say it's more realistic that you don't have total control, because some war gamers, they like to have total control. Others like to just be in the thick of it and react to what they can do. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of gamers around, you know, and people play games for all kinds of reasons. But in the people who play CDGs, I think they crave that uncertainty, being surprised. So that's what I tried to achieve with this, to get those surprises in the solo experience as much as possible.
What game were you talking about when you were saying the plague and the extra mother-in-laws?
I think there's a plague card in 30 Years' War. I think there's some games that have that, natural events, and
The plague.
Yeah, a plague is something that decimates your army or whatever. No, that's part of the events.
I know. I guess I never even thought about it. But yeah, I mean, you want to kill
a plague or a disease or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's it's like everything. People who play CDGs, I think they like cards, and they like cards in their games, and they like that. Because in essence, it's like a card game. I have a good hand. I'm going to exploit this hand. But and they're very interactive games. So you don't have to wait till the other guy moves his 200 counters. So
yeah.
And that's also the reason why I wanted to make the method simple and quick. It's the British turn, right? Or the Allies in Paths of Glory. Roll the die. And normally all the cards that are eligible are going to be adjacent to each other. So you pick a card and back to the map. So you don't have to be consulting charts and flow charts. You just back to the map. And I wanted to make it the least distracting as possible.
So that CDG method, as soon as you said command and colors, that's incredible. I mean, did Richard Borg's going to get in touch with you, and he's going to say, "My friend, I'm flying you over. Me, you, and the company Rio Grande, and Maronna mia." Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well, I have to give thanks to a gentleman by the name of Chris Crane. He helped me with tweak sheets for commands and colors, and also
who is Chris Crane? And
Chris Crane is a war gamer. He's a big Empire of the Sun fan. He did a tweak sheet for Empire of the Sun.
Okay.
So he helped me with some of those tweak sheets, and it's really, I mean, there's no way that I could come up with player sheets for every CG out there, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
But I tried to lay out in the I uploaded to BGG like what I call the source book, CDG solo method source book, where I lay out like the foundations of what I'm trying to achieve, and that way players, they could pick their favorite CDG and make the adjustments. I mean, there's some CDGs that are challenging, have challenging mechanics. For example, in Twilight Struggle, you're going to have that headliner phase card. That's at the beginning of the turn. Both players select the card, and then the card with the highest number gets played first for the event, I believe. So that's a mechanic that to simulate it with the CDG solo method, I haven't figured that one out yet. So, and I invite people always, come up with an idea. I mean, 20 brains think better than one.
Yeah. That's for sure. Man, I had a question I forgot. In a game like Twilight Struggle, I remember speaking to Grant from the Player's Aid, and he was telling me that I'm a novice at Twilight Struggle. Actually, I've never played, whatever. And he said, "Oh, Dan, I'd kill you because I know the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I know the cards."
Yep.
Now, playing with your method, having his skill in knowing the cards, or does that change anything?
Oh, but if you're playing with the method, you're playing against yourself, not against Grant. Unless you both want to play like if you're solitaire,
No, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, it serves to train, to learn the game, the cards. I mean, to become familiar with them. Yeah, it helps. I mean, in Twilight Struggle, I must be the worst American player in the world. I play with my son like 8 or 9 times. I haven't won yet, so I really suck at Twilight Struggle. But I haven't tried playing it with the method because I haven't come up with something. Somebody says Twilight Struggle is not a war game.
I know, it's Trevor. That's why I put it up there. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried the solo method with it because of the headliner. But maybe Ken Con and his guys over there, GMT, have something for that. I don't know. And
so, okay, Trevor, what's up with that? Twilight Struggle is not a war game. Joe.
No, nobody dies in Twilight Struggle.
no, but I'm just saying, why is it not? It's the Cold War. No.
Well, For me, Thunder Alley is a war game because it's produced by a war game company.
I was trying to think, like, what the hell is he saying?
I only do war games in my channel, you know.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so I guess you're in his camp. Okay. So Joe, man, you're doing BeyotaCon, eh? When?
Okay, I'm doing BeyotaCon next Friday. I have a presentation, and it's about the CDG solo method. And Saturday, I have another presentation, which is about filming wargame videos. I'm gonna show the equipment I'm using, and also show people that are interested in filming and doing videos about war games. Some, you know, tips I've learned the hard way, most of them, and with a budget that won't break the bank. And I'll be using that table over there. Let me show you. Let me see. Is this stuff working? Oh yeah, it is. So,
oh, nice.
there you go. So I'll be using this equipment that I got here. Let me see if you can see it. The camera's here, and here is the switch. I can switch cameras, so I switch.
Okay, hold on a second, Joe.
Yeah.
Come back to me. You said not breaking the bank.
No, this is.
I mean.
This is the break the bank version.
Okay.
No, this is what I'm saying is that I'm going to show people how to film war games with a small tripod and a small iPhone, and I'm going to show the techniques that I use. But this is what I'm using right now. And for example, you have here the camera. Below is the remote control to switch cameras, like switching there, switching here, over here. And let me go back to where I was here. And then this is the freeze effect. I apply it here, that I can freeze a scene. I can't freeze it here because I'm not connected through OBS. I'm connected through my switcher. So I won't be able to do the freeze effect here today, but.
So are you going to be using OBS or no?
I'm going to be using OBS to film my videos and apply that freeze effect, and I can do it. If you see my last test videos, I can freeze and unfreeze with a fade effect in a live video. It can be done live, but I can't do it here now because I'm connected through StreamYard, not through OBS. So it's an OBS thing. So
okay, yeah.
But here I can show you. What part of Italy are you from, Dan?
Well, I split to my mom and my dad. So let me see there. Okay, well, you're closer to my dad there in Tuscany.
In Tuscany.
Just a little lower. Just a little lower.
There, Florence.
You could go. Just let's see what's going on. Florence. It should be around. Yeah, it should be around the first nipple-looking thing with the island. Firenze. Yeah.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
This area here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's see, because I don't know that map, how detailed it is. Just go down a little bit, Joe. No, it's up. Okay, yeah, near Firenze, around Pisa.
Let me see if I can see your house from where you were born from here.
Oh man, no. You're breaking my heart, Joe. You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna stop it.
Okay. No, so this is a lot of fun. Because I can freeze the scenes, the shot, eliminate a unit, then unfreeze it with a fade effect, and it disappears. And I can do it live. So I've been practicing for the last I don't know, week, because I'm gonna use the OBS at the Bellota, and and of course I'm gonna be recording the Bellota presentations so I can upload them to my channel also. And
okay, hold on a second. You just said something else, Joe. You said you've been practicing for a week. So this is a beginner's thing. So the beginner, if he practices for a week.
No. This is not for beginners.
So no, you've been practicing, Joe, for 10 years. That's what you've been practicing.
Yeah.
A week.
I started in 2013, but what I was going to say, the presentations which I will record will be in Spanish and English. So I'll say something in Spanish and then I'll translate to English. So
you know what you could do? You just put the closed caption on, and
Yeah, I hope that was that easy. Yeah.
Hash bet here. So, okay, Joe, you know what? And I'm sure we're all around this tavern here. And Joe, I want to see all your games. Do you have a steady hand?
Well, let me see if I can do something here.
Yeah. I want to see all your games, Joe. Just go around very slowly. Have a steady hand, or I'm gonna puke.
Let me see if I can do something here, which is better than a steady hand. Okay, let me see here. Okay.
Hey, Joe. John Longshore says you two presenters should all have a certificate of completion from the STUKAJOE School of Presentation. There's a cash grab right there, man.
Okay, what do you see there? You see the big, those are the 3-inch box games, right? By GMT, right?
So you're starting from the beginning here, right?
Okay, this is my GMT section. Well, let me start. Do you see those flat boxes there?
Those are the SPI, right?
Those are the SPIs, which are really difficult to store and hard to watch. And then you have the CDG section. There's Successors, Clash of Monarchs. We have Halls of Montezuma. GMT has a lot of CDGs, even multiplayer.
So hold on a second, Joe. The way you store you alphabetize them, whatever, is you put them by mechanic.
Well, kind of, yeah. The CDGs, I try to place them all together.
You keep all the CDGs together. You keep all what, the area control somewhere else.
Well, yeah. You see there the wing leaders, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the Down in Flames.
Yeah.
Enemy Coast Ahead.
Hey, how was that Zero game by DVG? That's an expansion, no?
This is a Zero by GMT, and
but that's by Dan Versen, no?
Yeah, Dan Versen designed the original Rise of the Luftwaffe.
Yeah.
So, and Wild Blue Yonder, I haven't cracked that open yet, but it's based also on that system. So you have then the Enemy Coast Ahead series.
Do you like those?
Navajo Wars. And if I go up, you see those.
Joe.
Do
you like the Enemy Coast Ahead?
I haven't played it yet.
I love them.
I'm still much of a collector, unfortunately.
I understand.
So here you see the Pericles. You have the big box games here. And with the exception of Reds, that's by Ted Razor, Russian Revolution. So if we continue here where we were going, you see more CDGs. And I fit Tank Duel there for space purposes. You got more CDGs there, Paths and Illusions of Glory. Then you have more CDGs, Wilderness War. And I think that's my speaker. That's in the way there. But you see Empire of the Sun, Washington's War. See, there's a lot of CDGs. Wellington, Kutuzov, Crown of Roses.
Hey, Joe, did you play Mike Denson's, what is it, The Last 100 Yards?
Well, I played a couple of turns at the at Consum World Expo. Yeah.
And what did you think?
I think it's brilliant. And I think I would love to see that system translated to other epochs like ancients and medieval, because it simulates the simultaneousness of war. You know, you fire your units and you put these markers on the enemy units, but the effect of the fire, you learn about it later. And that could be applied to ancients, I believe, to tactical combat somehow. It would be nice. And here you have the combat commanders. I mean, if we continue at this rate, we won't finish.
No. This is beautiful. What a finish. We're having a beer at it's the boys' night out here. Come on.
Okay, so you got there the combat commanders and other.
Go slow, Joe. Go slow. I'm taking this in myself here.
Okay.
I see some Carl Paradis games there.
Oh yeah, I got all of Carl's games together. I mean,
he's crazy.
Well, you said that.
That's right.
And you shouldn't, because you live nearby.
He's crazy.
Okay, so there's the older GMT games like 1859, the Operation Mercury. They're all there. I have that some old games there. Sea Typhoon, The Clash of Giants, Red Winter.
Joe, like what got you into war games? Like, I mean, seriously, you're like Trevor Just. You know what I mean? He's all over the place. What got you into war games, man?
What got me into board games?
Yeah.
Well, I started when I was 13 years old. I started with France 1940 and Luftwaffe, and never looked back ever since. And now you have more. Oh, there's CARROLL's games.
Yeah. And now, is there a reason, Joe, why you have multiple copies of some games?
Because in some cases, I was a dummy and I bought it twice. In other cases, I love the game so much I bought it 2 and 3 times. Which is the game I bought the most. I think you know that.
Oh man!
There you see Thunder Alley, Urban Sprawl.
You know what? I like Thunder Alley, and you know what, Joe? That game will always have a sweet spot in my heart because that's the first game we did together. Or was it?
Yeah, that was the first. You did the
first game, eh? That was cool. Man, I remember going to New Brunswick. And I was in this cheap hotel, and I couldn't get Wi-Fi because it had rendered, and you just had it on YouTube. Hey, well, hold on, you're not finished now.
No, I'm not finished. I'll be.
Not on that.
There we are. We're back. We're back at where we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you play Urban Sprawl? That's Chad Jensen, eh?
No, I haven't played it yet. No, I played a lot of Twilight Struggle. Well, and there you see one of the coin games. But if you keep going up.
Did you say Coño games?
Coin games.
Oh.
Here's the American Revolution series, the Dark Sands, the Musket and Pike series. And there you see the, we call it the, these are the Great Battles of History.
Did you play SPQR?
I've played, where is it? Caesar, the Civil War. I played that and some Alexander, yeah.
Man, I just recently got SPQR, and the counters are tiny, man. I mean, I can't see, man.
They are tiny. They are.
They're tiny.
Yep. And here you see, I'm sorry about the glare. That's the coin games.
Yeah, but we all know them. Are you a fan of coin?
I like coin, yes. I played learning game of, what's the Vietnam game?
Fire in the Lake?
Fire in the Lake, yes. And but I haven't really gotten into it. I want to get into it, but because it's not the kind of game I want to play solitaire.
You know what, Joe? I have a quick story about Fire in the Lake. When I went to WBC, Mark Herman, I can't believe it. It is great. Mark Herman was my partner, and the farmer's aide, the player's aide, Grant and that guy there, Alexander, were playing against us, and we had a bottle of scotch. And at the end, Joe, I didn't know what I was playing because they asked me, "So, what do you think of the game?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, it's a great game. As Fire in the Lake." He goes, "What are you talking about, Fire in the Lake? We're playing the expansion." He goes, "I don't know."
Yeah, well.
But I was
to play with a whiskey, you know where that goes.
Mark kept pouring it, you know. Anyways, come on, let's see some games. Come on.
Okay, so here now we see in the top.
We don't see nothing, Joe. I got your back and your shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a nice set of curly hair. Okay. Yeah.
Now here you see the. These are what, Flying Pig games?
Yeah. Flying Pig on top. There's the new something Tripoli. I just forgot.
Tripoli.
What's that one? That Ken Bertram's game there. The Seas of Tripoli. Is that what it is?
You see it there?
Man, on top. It's the shores.
Shores
of Tripoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have Lock and Load.
You got the old Lock and Loads too.
Yeah, I have just like half a shelf, and then I have some other games.
Colombia you got there. What is that, Joe? It looks Napoleonic there. That's old Victory Point games.
Yeah, this is Victory Point, the Napoleonic 20.
Yeah.
Dawn of the
Bloody hell.
Then you have the small bag games.
Yeah.
And then you have more Victory Point games. Then you have some
Worthington Publishing there.
And then there's a big sofa in the middle there.
Hey, did you ever play World at War?
World
in Flames. No, World in Flames.
No, I haven't played that one. It's so big, I haven't gotten.
It's huge.
To read the rules for that. It's so.
Oh man, you got Root.
Yeah, I got Root.
Did you play it?
No, I haven't played it yet. I was gonna play it, but we had to cancel. You know what this big thing is here?
No.
That's this is
a construction tool.
This is a Formica, like a topping for the table.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's which is magnetic. So I need somebody to install that.
Formica is magnetic, man.
That one is magnetic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I should get that thing out of there. There you go. There you go. So here we go. So here you see Settlers of Catan. That's my son's favorite game. You see the deluxe. This is the deluxe Twilight Struggle edition.
I should have picked that up when it happened, man.
And you see their game Plunder, which is a game I got for Christmas. And you see
Joe, someone asked, what's the percentage of the games have you played in your collection?
Ooh, if I say that, I lose subscribers.
Okay, so don't answer it.
No, the thing is, I wish I had more time, but
yeah, I know.
Also, filming war games takes time of in itself, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you have, you see there the SPIs.
Yep.
That SPIs, Terrible Swift Sword. And
those SPI games, Joe, the majority of them, are they dated now, you think?
Well, I think some of them are still very relevant and they're very interesting. Yeah. I think even to this date, you have, I like the Terrible Swift Sword, the original, with some modifications. It was simple and very fast playing. Here you have, these are the Against the Odd magazine games.
Joe, someone is asking me a question. No, Trevor, I have not played Undaunted yet. I'm busy, just like STUKAJOE's busy, just like you're busy. Okay, Trevor? God, this guy kills me.
There you got the Academy games. And down there, you see the Avalon Hill, the big box games.
Yeah.
And then you see some, these are no trumpets, no drums, and War and Pieces, an old Avalon Hill game that they redid. I forget the name of the company.
Those old Avalon Hill games, they look like they're in good condition, man.
Oh, yeah, we play this one, History of the World. We play it a lot. So, Axis and Allies, and you have the old TSR SPI games.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have more Avalon Hill games. And keep going up here. Let me take the other side here.
Jeez.
So let me see. Those canvas boxes, those are, what do you call it, magazine games. And on top of that, there's, these are MMP, and the top shelf are Legion War games.
Legion, yeah.
Then I have here you have the Compass games section.
Man, Compass is really knocking them out, these games, man.
Yeah, a lot. I have like a shelf with some minis there with a tiger tank.
Did you paint those?
Nope. And here you have more Compass, and then these are Clash of Arms, and more of the Avalon Hill flat box.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And let me see here. Here we go to more Avalon Hill. These are big games here, like where there's Discord. That's
that game was selling on. I don't know where it was selling, but I just saw it for how much, Joe?
Over $200, yeah.
$375.
Yeah. So here you have the old Avalon Hill games.
Yeah, I love those games, man.
Yeah. I love those too. I have some. I have more than one because I like them so much. Like Up Front, and you see there Panzer Leader, Fortress Europa, which I love, and then you have Victory Games.
Look at that, man! Look at that NATO. I just interviewed Bruce.
Yep.
Maxwell.
Yep. I saw
that Civil War game, man. Eric Lee Smith. I've been trying to get that guy. I swear.
And I have some figures there. Some figures, World War II. Let me see here. We have more Avalon Hill.
Man, you only have one copy of Patton's Best?
Yeah, just one. And we have Titan by Avalon Hill. That's another family favorite here.
Yeah.
I have my play copy and I have a shrink wrap copy.
So are you going to be doing an auction soon, a giveaway? Not a giveaway, but are you going to be selling any of those games?
Not for now, no. And here we have West End games in the bottom shelf. Then we have White Dog games.
How are the White Dog games?
Oh, they're very cool. Like Hollandspiele, you know, they're small, but they pack a lot of punch for a small footprint. You have a Hollandspiele.
Yep.
And here I have some more magazine games that I just placed in these folders there. And I have another closet back here full of magazine games, but of course I'm not going to show that because
no. You still get the Strategy and Tactics all the time?
I'm not subscribed to Strategy and Tactics. I buy some whatever edition I'm interested in. So let me get back here.
Yeah, well, Joe. You're changing. I think I'm going to change my whole room. You're set with that right now, right?
Yeah, I'm set with this. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna change. I got to do something. I'm gonna change my whole room. I just like you got me buying this Stream Deck thing, which is fantastic, man. It just helps. What did you get? You got some that switcher.
It's a $16 numeric pad USB. Bluetooth switch to do the freeze effect. That's wireless. Yeah, that's not very expensive, but since it came from China or something, it took a long time.
Yeah. And all that gear, Joe, all that time that you're gonna put in, I know it's a lot of work. The B-17 video that you did, man. I swear to God, I watched it like reruns, man. I couldn't believe it. I was watching like a show. And you never finished Saint Nazaire, eh?
No, I had to pick the game up. Unfortunately, I didn't finish that. No.
Okay.
Maybe one day I'll shoot that thing again because I love that game. That game is.
Joe, is there any chance you're gonna do another series like that?
Well, I hope so. But for now, what I've been doing these days is like I'm changing, or I think improving the way I film the videos. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like learning the ropes as to certain things again that will allow me to film the videos and edit them. The editing will take less time because in filming I can do a lot of things like transitions right there while I'm filming. So hopefully it'll help me film more videos later on. But right now I'm just learning the ropes on this. Magazine games, I'm a big fan of magazine games, not because they're so great.
They're expensive, man.
But the thing is, I think magazine games are like the testing grounds in war games. You see a lot of innovative ideas tested there.
Yeah, John Butterfield did some stuff like that.
Yeah, he did that. He has a game on Dieppe, on the raid on Dieppe, which is based on the same system practically than the one for D-Day at Omaha. And you see a lot of the companies take more risks with magazine games because if it bombs, then you just have to wait 2 months for the next one.
That's right.
And I think it's great. I mean, like take Harold Buchanan's game, Campaigns of 1777. Yeah, it's a magazine game, but it could have been easily a boxed game.
Easily.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's what's happening now. But you know what? That's what's happening now at C3I.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got that cursed game. That last one is just a beauty to behold. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Decision games, they have a set formula. It seems to work, but I don't think they're as progressive as C3I.
Well, the thing is, I think Decision has improved, but with the quality components and I think also the rules, they have improved somewhat. I haven't. I saw that their counters for a while were thick, but that last game I did on unbagging, which was Mukden, where they were, I say like they were on Weight Watchers or something.
Yeah, well, but going back to those series games, because I loved it, like the B-17 and all that. Are you don't have any title in mind to?
It's no for the playthroughs. It's something that I'm interested in playing, and the playthroughs actually are the ones I enjoy the most. And I mean, I'm trying to handle smaller games first, be able to do those. And that last series I did on Brave Little Belgium, I was able to publish like almost one episode per day. Because once you have like the intro and you have the music, and that one had music also in the background, you just film. I film and I pre-edit it in an app that I have on my phone. Then I turn it all into one clip and I just throw it in there and it's out. So
see you, Trevor. Thanks for showing up, man.
Okay, thank you.
Man, yeah. And the length of your videos, the Mukden one, how long was it? I forgot.
Which one?
Mukden.
No, that.
No. Sorry. The last one you did was what? Not Conquistadors.
Conquistadors, yeah. Well, that is not a test video. Conquistadors, yeah.
So you're planning. How long are you planning to do your format type thing when you do your playthroughs?
Well, it depends. If it's a video showing like the characteristics and outlining a game, I think 7 or 8 minutes is fine. There can be another type of video which is a playthrough. I don't want to go over 10 minutes on a chapter, because I know people. The longer videos. I think people watch them less. The longer a video is, the harder it is to watch. So I'd rather do a 10-minute video which packs a lot of information than do like a 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour. But I'd like to do some live videos which are entertaining also.
Yeah.
So I'm working on what kind of format I could do, which would be interesting. And of course, I would announce it when it comes out. But I still haven't, figured a specific kind of video I can do live. But I want to do, because I mean, it's like a trend these days.
Yeah. And so what's the next video that's going to come out? Next game?
Well, the next one are going to be the Bellota videos. The next game, I haven't decided yet. It may be a small footprint game, one map or smaller, 11 by 17 inch map.
Okay.
Because I want to still get some things done in the format before going to bigger games. I mean, there's games that televise better than others, like sports. I know you love hockey, but man, I don't. When I watch on TV, I don't know where the puck is. So,
I guess I don't know. I'm just used to it. I know when the guy's going to take a shot. I know where to look.
And the same is with war games. There's games that have like a ton of counters and huge stacks, and now I'm going to attack the Chrysler building, attacking the Pan Am building at 74 factors against 35. That's 3.5 to 1. Those are hard to televise,
And those are hard to play too, man. I mean,
but I think the companies are catching on to that. For example, the C3I game that Mark Herman made on Waterloo has very few counters, but it's very compelling in what you can do.
Well, any of Carl Paradis' games, it's all he's a minimalist. The guy, he's like Leonard Cohen, man.
And those televise well because you can see the map, you can see the hex guides, you can see why there's a X or Y combat factor applies because you can see it there. I like to get up close so that you can see what's happening, not just trust what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, Johnny says here 30 minutes for a video is max. Yeah, but hold on a second, Johnny. What happens if you really want to know about a certain game and you want to get into the details of a longer playthrough of a game you like? Would you go further than 30 minutes?
Well, it depends. But I try to shoot a turn per episode on playthroughs. But some games, like, you can't shoot in 10 minutes a turn of the Civil War by Victory Games because a turn there is very, very long because there's a lot of impulses and you don't know when the turn's going to end. So that all depends on a game-by-game basis. But it's hard. The longer the video is, it's hard to keep the viewer attention. I mean, remember, we're competing against Netflix, against
no, I know.
People are used to watching movies, and movies, you have nice transitions, and you have, the pannings and the tilts very nicely done and all that. So if you put a camera on a tripod for 45 minutes in the same angle, it's hard. It's hard.
Joe, I've been watching some videos. When you get a new piece of equipment, you go on how to this and that on YouTube, and some of these guys in the studios, bloody hell, they got a serious studio, man. Like, so when you say we're competing against, and
even the Eurogamers, they make some of these guys make incredible videos. For me, it's
incredible.
For me, it's amazing. I mean, Eurogamers must have more free time because the rule books are shorter, right? So us war gamers.
Now, come on. What's the matter with
war gamers? We have to, know what a supply rules, the zone of control, the soft zones of control, hard zones of control. No wonder nobody has time to read a book about editing videos,
Yeah, Joey, you know what? These Euro gamers that are doing these videos with this nice this, and that, that's what they're doing for a living. Okay?
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people playing Euro games.
They're making lots of cash, Joe.
Yeah, I know. We're
some of these guys are making a killing, man.
But I just enjoy war games. I like the stories they tell. I like the show them up close. So
yeah, I'm always looking for war movies and this and that. So yeah, that's my thing. I like the story exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, Joe. What do you say we call it the night?
Sure thing, Duce.
Hey, people, thanks
for having me.
Around. Huh?
Thanks for having me.
No, this is a together thing. This is I came over for a beer, man. That's what I did. Guys, thanks for coming around. Okay, Joe.
Okay, take care.
Hasta la vista, man.
See ya.
Ciao.
Bye.